What's up guys, Mr. Audio here, and welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed and smash the notification bell, because you already know what it is. Alright, before we get into the video here, I do want to mention that we've just recently created a Discord where you can ask all your music production related questions, get private feedback on your mixes, and also suggest video content that I could be posting here on YouTube. Alright, so without further ado, let's get right into the video here. This video is all about acoustic treatment. All the different types of acoustic treatment that you could use for your studio, what they're good for, what they're not good for, what you should be using them for, and all of the misconceptions about different types of acoustic treatment on the internet. Because there's a lot of them. Alright, so let me just tell you what we're going to cover in this video. We're going to cover foam. We're going to cover sound absorbers. We're going to cover sound diffusers, and also sound redirectors. Now, I'm pretty sure you haven't heard too much of that last one. We'll get to that in a minute. Alright? So first of all, let's cover foam. When everybody starts out music production, they always start out with the 2-inch foam. Alright? Everybody sees it everywhere. I'll post a picture somewhere on the screen. Alright? Everybody online will tell you that it's no good, it doesn't do anything, and to not buy it. And that's not entirely true. There's a reason why so many ISO cabs and professional vocal booths in high-end studios are covered head to toe in foam. It's because it cuts high frequencies out. The 2-inch foam that you're used to seeing covers pretty much down to 4,000 Hertz. The 7-inch foam that they call bass traps that you see in the corners, those aren't bass traps. With that 7-inch thickness, they can only get down to about 1,000 Hertz. No, you cannot treat a whole room with foam. In conjunction with Rockwell sound absorbers, you can, however, get really good results. So, now, something that looks like this, where they call a sound diffuser, and it's made out of foam, it's just a piece of foam. It cuts high frequencies just like any other foam would. It does not diffuse sound in any mathematically sound way. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's move along to sound absorbers. I'll link a video up here where I show you how to make Rockwell sound absorbers. Now, I could have gone a step further and taken drilled holes down the sides of my frames to allow for more airflow, i.e. more sound absorption. But I made it easy for myself. You can choose to do whatever you like. Now, foam and sound absorbers work the same way. They take and absorb the sound energy and turn it into heat energy so that it is not reflected back towards your ears again. Sound diffusers work in quite a different way. They reflect the audio back at you in a fan-like pattern in such a way that does not degrade the amplitude of that sound wave. And it creates what's called a diffused sound field. Now, based on what frequencies you're trying to cover, a sound diffuser is made up of a series of troughs and wells, mathematically measured to cover certain frequencies. Now, there's a formula that I'll put on the screen here, but I'll also say it. It's the speed of sound divided by the frequency you're trying to treat, essentially. So let's just say you're trying to treat a 60 Hertz sound wave. Well, you really don't have a problem with 60 Hertz. You really have a problem with 30 Hertz because 60 Hertz is a harmonic of 30 Hertz. You want to treat the fundamental, but in this case, we'll use 60 Hertz as an example. So if we take the speed of sound, which is roughly 1125.33 feet per second, so 1125.33 divided by 60 is roughly 18.87555 feet. So that's how long the wavelength is. Now, with the quarter wavelength rule, we can cut that into fourths, and so basically roughly 4.5 feet is how far out we would need to make our acoustic treatment from the wall. That is a substantial amount. Now, this is why most small rooms don't get treated properly, because they just don't have the room to do so. There'd be no room for the listener to sit, and also it would sound completely dull and dead when recording in it. So, some food for thought when building a room: choose your room dimensions wisely. If you're going to land in a small room, chances are you might not be able to get good mastering results in that room without checking on some headphones. Now, sound redirectors is the fourth one that I talked about, and this is basically anything that reflects the sound in a not mathematically correct way. So, in other words, something like this, or this, which is pleasing to the eye and the ears, but just isn't diffusing the sound properly. It does not create a diffused sound field. It does, however, redirect the sound in a more pleasing manner than the reflective surface behind it had it be exposed. So, when creating treatment for your studio, something like this isn't bad. So, how I test certain things is I play some music or I'll clap in front of it, you know, and see if I hear a difference versus the blank wall. What I'm saying is experiment around with different types of treatment in your room, but just know that anything that is marketed as a diffuser, if it's not mathematically made correctly and they can't show you that that is made to specifications, then it is not a sound diffuser. That is just a marketing ploy to get you to buy it. So something like this is a sound redirector, and something like this is a sound redirector, and something like this is just a piece of foam that cuts high frequencies. Don't let the marketing fool you. This video has been a fun one, guys. I hope this helps you not fall into the pitfalls of misinformation, alright? Now, if you stuck around to the end of the video, go download the free Ableton Master Rack. It's in the link in the description. Also, come hang out on Discord. You can ask me anything, pick my brain, get feedback on your mixes, or even suggest some video content. As always, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Mr. Audio, out.